lovely day begins. Ghosts and ghouls with greenish skin. So close your eyes and you will find that you've arrived in Frightenstein. Perhaps the Count will find a way to make his monster work today. For if he solves this monster mania, he can return to Transylvania. So welcome where the sun won't shine, to the castle of Count Frightenstein.
Blah, blah, welcome to Frantic Fridays. Here we go, it's time for another show. And of course, seeing how it's October, it's time to get all spooky and stuff like that. If I can keep this kind of particular accent, it's like we've got jumping Jehoshaphat's. We got a chat going on here. That's awesome. Welcome, everybody. It's a Frantic Friday. And, well, you know, I mean, hey, of course, it's Halloween, and it's time to get into that goofy season and stuff like that. And speaking of a bunch of goofs to join me along here.
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits?
Admiral Teague, how's it going, dude?
I'm your monster, baby.
Yes. Nice.
What's going on?
Oh, there
Happy
you go.
October.
You're in a suit, too. Nice.
I'm wearing I got all dressed up today for you.
Ah, I like that. Nice. And we got Ted. How's it going, my man?
That was Ted. He took over the computer. It's me, Tom, from Fuggy Brains. Ted is the other half of Fuggy Brains. And yes, do you know, little known fact of House of Frightenstein, that I think they brought in whatchamacallit for one day of recording just to do that opening, and that was it.
I know. That's what I've heard.
They just brought him in one day, and he was done with it.
I know. I love it.
Could you imagine?
We got PCR, Pop Culture Republic. How's it going, my man?
It's going well. How's everybody doing today?
Well, it's a Frantic Friday. It's time to get the show going.
Like there's any other kind of Friday.
Exactly.
I don't know if it sounds like Colonel Clink or.
I don't know. I know nothing. Nothing.
Do you think that at the end, Vincent Price was sitting there, like after he saw like Star Wars and stuff, he's like, any day now, my phone's gonna ring and it's gonna be George Lucas, and I'm gonna be like the movie 2 or 3 bad guy. I'm just as good as Cushing. Damn it!
Exactly.
He was amazing. I was a big fan of his.
Oh,
yeah.
I think he was. I'm saying he's just as good as Cushing.
Yeah.
Cushing was good too.
Oh, yeah,
And
exactly.
welcome everybody that's so far in the chat. It seems like Wendy the Trauma Warrior, who's here. Hail, Wendy Trauma Warrior. You're just typing up a storm, it seems like, right before the show and everything. Man. So, howdy, Wendy Trauma Warrior. And we got Gap After Dark. That's here. Hello, Gap After Dark. Welcome, everybody. Hit that like button on the way in. Darn tootin' right there, eh? And we got Sitha all the way from is it Sweden? God, I'm trying to remember. I know it's in the Scandinavian countries. Sitha, please, I'm sorry.
I'm going to visit Scandinavia someday. Oh,
I know, me too.
See.
Only
Maybe it might be Katha.
It could be Katha. Either way.
I like the sound
How
of
do
Katha.
you?
Both are cool, but Katha, it's like, who are you? I'm Katha. You know, it's like it's very Star Trek.
And we got Snail Messiah. I do believe you're.
Hey, buddy.
So
Hey there.
I'll see you on the ship later.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you will. So yeah. How's everybody's week been going so far?
As usual, it consisted of 7 standard 24-hour days.
Yeah.
They're divided more or less equally into periods of light and darkness. I noticed that when it was light out here, I watched the news from Australia, and it was dark there, leading me to conclude that the Earth is flat, but the light above it is moving on a rail across.
Nice.
But otherwise, a normal week. Yeah.
Ah,
Another trip
okay.
another trip of the sun across the giant erector set that is our sky. And the moon is flat too, of course. The moon is
Oh, of
flat,
course.
my friends.
Of course.
And here
Oh,
I
there you
was
go.
thinking the earth was hollow. Man, I got to
know.
get with
Oh,
it.
Snail Messiah's got it. Sita.
Sita.
Ah,
so
Sita, Sweden.
yes, Sweden it
Ah.
is.
Sweden.
Now we
Cool.
know. Bob, how's your week been?
Oh, it's over and done with for the most part. It's been going pretty well for me. Breaking in a new computer, ironing out all the bugs. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back with the YouTubes.
Nice. Breaking in a new computer.
When you say breaking in a new computer and ironing out the bugs, for a moment there, like what came to mind was the William S. Burroughs Naked Lunch movie where RoboCop's trying to type, but he's on
Gotcha.
heroin, and the typewriter turns into a giant bug and starts
Oh,
like,
gotcha.
giving him a
Wait,
hard time. Like, you don't have any talent.
It's a new to me computer. It's an older one, but it's a little bit newer than the one I had.
There we
Quick
go.
question for you,
Older
Bob.
computer,
Is
but
it
it checked
Intel
out.
or AMD, or do you know?
It's a Intel Xeon processor. If you want the nerdy stuff.
Quick note. I just found this out yesterday. Do you know NVIDIA is creating a processing chip now? They're going to compete with Intel and AMD, and it's going to include graphics in it. And that's going to be a game changer for the PC world.
That's going to be
yeah.
interesting.
I don't care. Christian Spader is. I'm sorry. Yeah, Christian Slater is the voice of Intel. He's the guy who says it's the Intel inside. So I don't care if it works or not. I'm buying a computer with the. In fact, I say I want Mr. Slater's personal computer, whatever he has. I want the same model.
They say AMD is better for gaming, Intel is better for like work and workload stuff and everything like that. But the new NVIDIA, ooh, this is a game changer.
Poor Christian Slater for a second.
Those of us who are computer geeks are probably getting excited about that. But yeah.
Oh, yes.
And we got Franco Walker that just jumped in. How's it going, Franco? Nice to see
Franco.
you.
You made it. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah. And Foggy, how's your week been?
Well, okay, I want to ask everybody from around the world. I went to Walmart, and we have a place called Shoppers Drug Mart here as well. Nobody has Halloween decorations up. It's like Christmas stuff is up already. It's like, where's the Halloween stuff? I'm a big Halloween fan. That's one of my favorites. I can't find anything Halloween. It's like they never put anything out this year.
You'll have to go to Michael's.
But that's expensive.
I'm seeing Halloween stuff all over, but it was up before October even rolled around. Before September was over with, I was seeing Halloween stuff all over the place.
Yeah, here it's like non-existent almost. And I'm sorry, I always hate till people putting Christmas stuff out until after Remembrance Day. That's just my opinion. But yeah, sure. It's flying on the shelves already. Christmas stuff just packed with it, full of it. It's like, oh.
All right,
it's gonna be a really weird November 11th for me this year.
We'll get to stupid news of the week there. I'm going to save the scary one for last because it is October. So this in stupid news lately, this was showing up in England. So, yes. Oh, no. So if you can read the side there, it says 97% of women in the UK have been sexually harassed. If your words or actions are making someone feel uncomfortable or threatened, you can't. So everything here is unwanted. Okay, you can't flirt, can't catcall, you can't compliment. You can't, like literally.
Now, most of that I'm okay with. The compliment thing I think is a little too far, but the rest I'm like, you shouldn't be touching somebody if they don't want to be touched. You
can't hug someone. You can't joke with someone. Okay. Like that's a one, and you can't forget it.
So if I was to meet your daughter and be like, so do you have any friends that are looking for an older sugar daddy? Like I'd be like, that's it. It's wrong.
That's right. It's
now what about the fact
that could be right out?
But here's the thing: that's not. But what if I'm not joking?
Then be lucky you're not in Florida. So
you know what? I'll just step back and say I only did this in the furtherance of making a porno movie, so it's legal, sir. Freedom of speech.
There we go. Yeah. No touching. No little kisses or little kiss, like maybe I'm guessing a peck on the cheek or something like that. Can't do
Well,
that.
there goes the Biden re-election campaign.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. No unwanted attention, so basically ignore everybody. I'm
Wait,
Or just
unwanted.
act like a Vulcan. Just act
Yes.
like a Vulcan to everyone.
Don't do that anyway. Headphones on, head down. Yeah.
Some
I
of these
know.
things are subjective. We need a little bit more clarification and a little bit more simplicity. Instead of a 12-point matrix, how about show respect to other people? No means
There we
no.
go. Yes.
Go away means fuck off.
What does drink mean? Like, what are we
I
offering
don't
them?
know.
Alcoholic drinks? Like,
No.
here, have a beer. What? No.
So no staring, no. So if you're trying to look at something, say if you got bad eyesight, right? And maybe you're trying to identify somebody on the street that and you got to stare, right? You got to make sure you're looking at something that you think you're looking at. So I guess staring is out of the picture.
Well, you covertly take a photo so you can examine it later.
Actually,
that's
yeah,
probably
but-
wrong as
and
well.
you can't take a photo either.
the
So
staring thing. Has anybody ever been to a
no.
gym? About this modern gym culture, girls are wearing almost underwear up their butt, and they don't expect people to stare.
Yeah, I love
I
it.
know.
I,
right?
no,
going to look.
I don't go to the gym, but I walk very slowly past it. What sorry ass shithole has this sign up? What,
Well, this is
and by the
English.
way, this looks like someone put it up on their own. All right, so
Yeah,
this is
maybe.
some angry woman who has a printer.
Probably.
Angry person. Actually, this has all the markings of the work of a male feminist because
Yeah, pretty
if
much.
you look, there are certain signs that women weren't involved. Like, look at the application of the cable
There's a cue
ties.
cut.
That's masculine ingenuity right there.
There's a Q code on the bottom, even as you notice. don't know
Yeah, I
if
just
you-
noticed that.
Yeah.
It's like somebody made this on the computer and went to a Kinko's or a copy place and had it printed out and thought, okay, I'll just post this someplace.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Oh,
I think
and we got
everybody's going to
somebody new
agree
here.
with me.
What?
We're
One
groping, grinding, grabbing. Yeah, I think we're all against that.
Hello,
Fart
fart
Squirrel.
squirrel. I love these animal names that are coming in here.
By the way,
So-
can I just ask you something? What if we tried this to punk our enemies, right? There's
Yeah.
large areas of this country that have nothing in them, right? Where people suspect we might have nuclear missiles. Something that I don't think there is such a thing as a nuclear missile. I think it's something they made up to scare us. But that's a whole different story. But what if we painted one of these QV codes like across like most of Nebraska? So that when like other countries spied on us, it would just like tune them into like a store where you could buy America themed merchandise. It's like, get your flags, your 1776 to 1976 bicentennial shirts, get your Schoolhouse Rock, get your your William Shatner hosted civics lesson, which is
There you
that
go.
was the weirdest day of first grade. Let me tell you.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
But
So,
yeah,
no drinking.
I think we need to pave over and paint this QR code on a 400 by 400 mile square section of Nebraska. No one's gonna miss it. No one's gonna miss it.
You can't drink together. Apparently, getting somebody's number is out of the question.
What?
No grinding, grabbing. or
Just
You
friend them
know,
on Facebook.
Anybody who
No
has ever
grinding,
been
grabbing,
to
or
a
groping.
club,
Oh, come on. The
anybody
three
who's ever been
Gs.
to a club or a bar,
Yeah.
let's say you're single and you're wanting to meet somebody else who's also single, all of this would be right out.
There's a comedy skit in this somewhere. Like
Yeah.
the girl
There is.
actually wants the guy to ask,
Well-
"Oh, please, please, no, I can't. The sign says it. No," and he runs away.
Okay,
And he's
listen,
like,
listen. This is first of all, this is just some jackass cause, right? I mean, look at this thing; it's not
Yeah.
real. But however, let's just say that like we wake up tomorrow and the wokeocracy has taken over, and they're telling us what to do. And me and Mike call each other up in our unisex clothing, our dresses, I guess, and we're like, hey, let's go out and get a beer. And then, like, when we went into the club, when we went inside, everyone was dressed as men and smoking because there's a sign outside the door that says, when you come in here, it's a sort of different.
Yeah.
If you go to a bar, I mean, you still have to convince a jury that it was unwanted attention.
Mhm.
So, my client who looks exactly like Jennifer Lawrence wore this bikini to this sports bar known for bad behavior. I mean, we've all seen The Accused.
Oh, of course.
Now,
And I'm gonna say hi to John Capola that just dropped in. Hey, dude, how's it going, man?
on the photography,
Jen
I just- my 2
Capola.
cents.
Steven Ransom.
As
made
a
it in.
photography side,
Hi,
if the person's in
Steven.
a public area, you have every legal right to take a picture of anybody. Now, upskirt
Yep.
shot like that, that's wrong. But if they're in a public area and it's just generally in your shot, you're allowed to take a picture as a photographer. They have that right.
Caesar says
There's
unwanted
still decent
attention.
stuff.
I translated as is up to me to no be the attention of anyone. I am an introvert, but what if someone pay attention anyway? Exactly.
I'm the same. I'm an introvert too, and I just keep my head down. But if somebody
Yep.
does, you know,
Yep.
try to be
This
polite.
works both ways.
Exactly.
This works both ways. So if you're at the bar striking out and you're feeling bad, just do what an angry, extremist leftist would do, and just like walk up to some random person and say, "I don't appreciate the attention," and you're like, "What? I wasn't paying attention to you at all." Yes, and any is all, and not paying attention to me at all is a quantifiable amount, which means any. Therefore, I need you to leave right now, and they'll be obliged to show that person. I mean, it's dumb.
Yes.
Well, that's
it
like the
is.
North American gym culture. Even if you look at the person's way and it's a girl, she's doing lifts, he's staring at me. You've seen a lot of these videos. Joey Swall, he's a workout artist. He makes fun of these people because I'm sorry, but somebody's going to glance. Maybe he's just looking in that way, looking at something. Wait for you to get. Some of these people are idiots.
exactly.
It's ridiculous. It's
Exactly.
just,
A lot of people go to the gym just to meet people. Let's face it. There's a lot more hitting on people than working out going there. And does everybody just who doesn't hate the guy who only works upper body at all and screams like he's in a porno movie the whole thing? I mean, fuck you.
I've been to those gyms.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, seeing how it's October, I'm going to be saving the scariest news for last year on this Friday, just so everybody can get a good laugh. Because hey, it's the end of the week, and we need to have a good laugh here. So this married man spends $76,000 to look like the perfect woman.
Yeah.
God,
Oh goodness.
that's the scariest thing I've ever seen. Oh my God.
Perfectly what? Perfectly what?
Are you sure you didn't say the word till now? What the hell?
I mean, a perfect train wreck.
Burn it with fire.
I don't know. It looks like one of the orcs from Lord of the Rings almost there.
What?
eh?
What is wrong with you to make me look at this picture?
Oh,
What
God.
makes you think, first of all, that this is what the perfect woman looks like?
Well, that to me is a perfect woman. Is this Buffalo Bill?
I don't know. There you go, fart squirrel.
I think I'm sexy.
There you go, Franco, perfect for Halloween.
Yeah.
I thought so. Yeah,
I feel
Gap
bad
After
for
Dark.
him, her, whatever. That's
looks
Yeah.
like the race vampire
Oh my
from
God.
Stargate Atlantis.
It's worse than that.
yes.
Oh my God,
That's a botched job if I've ever seen one.
I'm
isn't
having
that-
to
I'm
look at my
honestly-
eyes
I
for
hope
that.
you
That's
save the
painful.
receipts because you need a refund. I'm sorry.
Yes. Oh my God. And I don't mean to be mean, but come on.
Why
There
did
you
he
go.
have his eyelids removed?
I don't know. Fart squirrel. What in the holy hell did I walk into?
We don't
Welcome
know.
to this channel,
You've
Fart
come to the
Squirrel.
We're
right
just here for the
show.
ride.
Exactly.
Well, Fart Squirrel,
Welcome,
this
Fart
is the way we
Squirrel.
get. Yes.
We do
PCR is
this
like,
every
thank
Tuesday
God the
and every
logo.
Friday.
PCR is like, thank God the comment. Fuck, the comment went away. Shit, people know I'm here now. Protect this dignity,
Salt
please.
vampire. God.
We talked about the salt vampire on my show the other day.
Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah. There we go.
Oh, you're making
you
it
go.
larger. Oh,
Oh,
that's
I
great.
am. Well,
Oh.
it is Halloween, so
Yes, exactly.
Here I am looking at random objects around my desk to avert my eyes. Like there's my notebook. There's my
oh boy.
there's my sound
You're
mixer.
ugly, man.
I can't look at that.
Oh, jeez.
Make it go away.
$76,000 and you
I
still
went
think
I,
you look
I
like
went
the
full
perfect
screen. I went full screen on ScreenYards to get a better look at it, and then you made it even bigger, and I was like, "Oh my God!"
Yeah, Snail Messiah. That's a trans Andrew the Giant right there.
Snail Messiah's right.
Oh,
Snail
only
Messiah's
in
right.
Canada would you see this. You're close. I'm betting he's from us. I'm thinking San Francisco, maybe.
Well, we had that teacher in
Gotta be.
Her
Canada.
mouth looks like
Oh yeah, that's right. The shot
Wore the
teacher
massive
in
fake
Ottawa.
boobs.
Yes. Yes.
Their
Maybe
mouth
this is
looks like
sister.
their mouth looks like a baboon's fucking ass.
It looks like a blowfish. Like, what the hell?
Some people just need professional help. That's all there is
Hey,
to it.
hey, don't
This
say
is a
that.
cry
serious
for
note,
help.
that is mental health. That is severe mental
This
health.
this
That's
is
what
a
it
cry.
is.
Oh, you're
Oh
making
my
it bigger.
god!
Oh no! I'm looking away.
That's severe
That's
mental
going to give
health.
me
I feel bad for her.
nightmares.
Like, I do.
Yep.
That's just bad mental health.
That's the look of insanity, folks. That's
That's a
what
cry
passes
for
through
help
my
right
mind.
there. That's please
Yeah.
help me. I
Note
need
to
help.
self.
Oh,
Note to
God.
self: no more eating lunch while I'm muted during Mike's show.
Oh, this
Oh,
is
goodness.
why men are men and women are women. So
Actually, that's not even man or woman. That's alien.
no, that's
What the
when
No, I-
Wendy comes in. Wait a minute. Wendy comes in with the perfect comment. My job is to fix people, but I can't fix them.
Yeah. Some things
Oh.
you just can't fix.
Oh,
Oh goodness.
yeah.
Did this
yeah.
person get hit by an e-bike and end up with some kind of fucking concussion that made them think that this was the right way to go because their face got erased, like hitting
know
the
what I'm-
pavement? What
Yeah,
the
you know-
hell?
You
I
know,
have
there's-
Iron Maiden album covers that
Oh.
don't look this hideous.
Now
There's
I need to
getting
wash my
hit
eyes
by
with
the
bleach.
ugly stick, but this is the whole tree.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Hit every branch.
I thought-
on the way
Every
down.
branch
thought
on the way
her-
down, just-
I thought her best work was either Somewhere in Time or Seventh Son
Yes.
of the Seventh Son album covers. I thought she looked great on
There you
those.
go. Yep, that's Justin Trudeau's secret lover. How dare you criticize?
Doggy got it. Oh, that's no secret, baby.
Yeah. Oh Lord. Okay, that's.
Oh, thank God, make it go
Oh,
away. Yeah,
thank
yeah.
enough
you.
of that.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yes, you're
Oh
welcome.
goodness.
I think my eyes really started to bleed there. Holy God. Oh,
Okay, well, in the spirit of Halloween,
You
well,
mean we just didn't already cover it?
Yeah,
Oh,
really,
no,
I'm
no,
fucking
we-
horrified. I'm horrified.
it's better.
Like,
Yes,
the last
exactly.
I'm going to say something to you. Well, the picture's gone, but if it would still been here, I would have said something to you that I haven't said since I sat down with my divorce lawyer. You ready?
See, the
Make
good
it
thing
go
about-
away.
Oh God!
Oh
Well,
goodness.
Here's
Think about
here's
Halloween
all of my
is-
money. Make her go away.
Thing about Halloween is, everything is fake, and it's fake, and it only lasts basically for one day where people can get out and just have fun and play pretend.
Unless you're the singer from The Cure
Yeah, that's true. Unless of
or
course
Susie
you're
Sue.
from-
Oh, I celebrate all
Unless,
month.
of course, you're
Horror movies
Marvel.
galore.
Yeah, unless of course you're Marvel, and because there's a current rumor out that Amelia Clark's Super Skrull Gaia is to lead a group of British superheroes. Yay!
Everyone hates her character. I'm already falling asleep.
Yeah.
No, give me.
It's not.
what's it-
It's not
Excalibur.
Daenerys' fault here. I don't want anyone blaming Daenerys for Amelia Clark's mistakes, but Disney has not used Daenerys well.
No.
Two total whiffs. What was the other thing they did with her?
I
You know
forget.
what? Nothing comes to mind.
Something. Yeah, but we know it happened, right? No one's like saying no. It's like this is
Yeah.
how forgettable they've become.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if they don't sell
just
this shit
so-
soon, it's gonna be worthless. By the way, too.
Sure.
If you want a good British comedy superhero, bring out Excalibur. If anybody used to read that was
Well,
I
this is
remember
what I'm
Excalibur.
thinking.
yeah,
Yes.
Captain Britain, and oh gosh, it was awesome.
Well,
Exactly.
it's going to be
And just to
their
let
version
everybody
of
know,
Excalibur.
yeah,
if you guys can hit the like button, I would greatly appreciate it. If you can spread this going around so far, that
Like
would
and
also be.
subscribe on this gentleman.
That's right. Like and
Yes.
subscribe, my friends. Like and subscribe.
Nah, just smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
So, the current rumor that Amelia Clark's Gaia, who becomes an extremely overpowered Super Skrull at the end of Secret Invasion, because oh god, that was such a bad, horrible series.
I still yet to watch it.
I
Yeah,
haven't watched it
don't.
either.
I just
I
got
resent
through
that show.
Loki season. I just finished Loki. Season.
What's the first
2.
season?
Yeah, I did. Will lead a
It's
group
real
of British superheroes
garbage.
in the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So now, here's the thing. There's only really, as Foggy Brains mentioned before, really one British superhero group that I can think of, and that is Excalibur, right?
No, they were awesome. They used to collect that. That was awesome.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember that.
Because I'm thinking, with at the end of Loki, as we mentioned before, they're planning on, segueing into Deadpool 3 and merging the Marvel Universe. And Excalibur had a number of mutants that were on that superhero team, like Phoenix from the future. And obviously, Captain Britain and a bunch of others. So that's
How
what
about
I
Canada getting?
think
Can
of
we get
British
some?
superheroes.
Can we get some representation for Canada and Grandfather over? Even though I think it's a different comic, can we get North Star from Alpha Flight in there for you Canadians?
Yeah, I would love to see an Alpha Flight.
Watch, and we had a good little team.
Yeah,
Wolverine was technically part of them at one time.
That's true.
Yep. That's
So
true.
there is a new rumor comes from Scooper, My Time to Shine, hello, who reports on X. She'll be back sooner than you think, getting to lead her own group of super-based superheroes. Well, this is kind of interesting. So let's.
What do they mean by based? Which form of the word?
Yeah, that's what I'm really wondering here. So I wonder if I can
like modeled on a degenerate version of, or like based, like the gamers say.
Yeah, that's a good question. I haven't the faintest idea. So, but
Afraid it's some of all three.
Yeah. In the final episode of Disney Plus's series Secret Invasion, Clark's Gaia proved the God. This is such a bad series. Provides
by the way,
the Super Skrull Gravik with the Harvest. And if you remember, the Harvest was basically the DNA from every superhero thus far in the entire Marvel universe. So, yeah, go ahead, Teague. You were saying something.
No, I thought it was a Mellencamp album, but if you scroll down, look how bad he looks. I mean, this is a terrible character.
Oh, God, yeah, I know, right? Yeah, you looking so buff. Not quite as buff, but buff enough.
You know what? I have this rule, and I'm not even a writer, but if I was going to write, you know what my first rule would be? Does my protagonist that I want people to like pass the LOL test? And it doesn't. This fucking Tom laughing.
Exactly. The Harvest is a file full of DNA collected from every Avenger and their foes following the Battle of Earth as depicted in Avengers Endgame. After performing an experimentation on himself, the unwittingly Gaia, or just unwit. So the two become Super Skrulls infused with the abilities of all the superheroes and villains, including Ghost. I don't know when they got her DNA because, she was in the second Ant-Man and Wasp movie.
Yeah.
Captain America, Corvus Glaive, Thanos. How in the world do you get that? Thanos was like...
That's what I was wondering. How do you just like, excuse me, Thanos, can we get a bit of your blood for your DNA?
Yeah.
Would you mind?
Yeah. When did that happen?
Odin was dead. Odin died already before that.
And how do you get it from how do you get it from Thanos' other daughter? What's her name? Is it Nova? The one who's like all made of metal? Like, good luck getting some DNA from her, motherfuckers.
Oh, Nebula.
Nebula.
Yeah.
Nebula, I mean, you want some green DNA from Nebula, fine, you can have it. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, from Gamora, you can have it. But Nebula, I think you're out of luck.
Yeah, exactly. Proxima Midnight, Captain Marvel, Abomination, Mantis, Cull, Obsidian, Drax, Korg, Ebony Maw, Frost Beast. Oh, God, not the Frost Beast. Give me a break. Hulk. Right. Okay. Black Panther, the Chitauri, Valkyrie, Thor, Odinson, Gamora, Flora, Colossus, and Winter Soldier. Yeah, I don't know at what point you would have gotten the DNA from some of these villains because
By the way, you also had the
Hulk
DNA
alone. You should be able to get the DNA from Hulk. Bruce Banner, I can probably see, but Hulk. I don't see how that's possible.
It would kill somebody with the gamma radiation unless they explain.
This experiment was carried out in a terrible place, which is now under quarantine by the Trade Federation, called Spice World.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
What the hell?
Okay. I know. It makes absolutely.
Which was a better movie, by the way.
True. So, following a fight with Gravik where she ends up killing him, Gaia is confronted by Olivia Colman's special agent Sonia Falsworth, who proposes a deal to fight against a war launched by the President of the United States against the Skrull people in the wake of a failed assassination attempt, right? Yeah, because, all the men were incompetent, and now it's up to us women to solve the problem that the men started, as she pretty much said at the end of Secret Wars. So,
I propose that we take these Skrull shape changers and that we put them in a place, a super focus recreation site, perhaps somewhere where they would be unable to leave and mandated to work to further our society, perhaps by singing and dancing in the guise of late celebrities rather than using CGI. There's no way we'd be accepting these people, and all of us would be screaming to have them deported back to space.
I'm thinking Guam. So,
well, it depends. Like, if you orbited the Earth and then you landed in America, you crossed our border. But if you planned it out so that you came straight down into the United States without crossing over the border with the rotation of the Earth in a synchronous orbit, well, then maybe you have the rights to be here. I don't know. It depends.
Yeah. So Falsworth proposes your people need a leader. You'll need resources to fight this war that Ritson has launched on your people, and I can give them to you. Oh, yeah, because, because everything has to be MCU, right? She's the leader that the Skrulls need, of course, yeah. When Gaia tells Falsworth, my father entered into a deal like that, it didn't end well. Falsworth replies, yes, let's be sure not to repeat the mistakes of Talos and Fury and leave love and friendship out of this. I will use you and you will use me, and together we'll make the planet safe for both our people.
Oh, wow.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to give a hard time. I'm not going to give a hard time to personally to Emilia Clarke, because she's still working despite having doesn't she have a couple of chronic illnesses? And they're like, we want you to do these action oriented sword and sorcery movies, and she turned 2 of them down, right? She's like, I can't do it. And Disney's like, we'll put you in an action movie. There's no action in our movies.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, it's just action.
Emilia Clarke is really beautiful and really cool. She should be. She should be able to find a home in other kinds of movies, but her genre was sword and sorcery. And was it a muscular skeletal or something? There's something. It's not terrible, or maybe it is. I don't know. It's not going to. She's not in imminent danger, but she can't do the kinds of things you need to do to be say, in a sword fighting kind of movie, or enough of her own stunts to get it done. I don't know what it is, but
again, I haven't seen the show. But she seems very beautiful. I've never seen her before, but
she's very pretty.
Stunning, so.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, no doubt she is pretty. I'll give her that, right? It's just
reminds me of one of my ex-girlfriends.
How good is she as an actress? I'm curious now.
She can act, but the thing is, she's been stuck. The last few years where we've seen her, she's been in bad stuff. Like that last year of Game of Thrones, it was just she's like, I woke up female Hilter today. Let's kill everybody.
That's
right.
Yeah. Oh, and hail, Killer Rabbit from space. How's it going?
Hello.
After Dark Spice World movie is the Spice Girls. Yes.
And
Bob Hoskins.
Yeah, true. That Terminator movie.
Which one?
Vaguely remember that.
Terminator. Yeah, Terminator Genesis NES. Yeah, I mean that was. It seemed to be going somewhere with the voiceover in the beginning, but then by the middle of that voiceover, you're like, huh? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
I saw them on Blu-ray, but I just love the series. But yeah, some of them are the best.
When the movie started, I was like, this is better than the one where they delete John Connor in the first 2 minutes and have a whole alternate reason for this. But at the same time, it wasn't great.
Yeah. Still Messiah says, you forget she is behind a comic book where the female hero gets her powers from her period and swings around like Spider-Man in her armpit.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true. She
right.
did announce it. I don't know
Yeah.
if that ever happened, but that was widely reported. And it's just I mean, somebody. I don't get it. It's like
I don't either.
you're in so much trouble with that idea. I mean,
Exactly.
it's like I've been in a comic book movie, which means I can reverse engineer myself to the talent to write a comic.
Yep. If this rumor is to be believed, it's likely that Fallsworth will be providing Gaia with human resources as well as physical ones. A likely team that Gaia could lead could be MI13. The team was introduced in Excalibur 101 back in 1996 by Warren Ellis and Casey Jones. It was followed in the wake of a failed coup between Black Air and the British Hellfire Club. Alistair Stewart informs Rory Campbell of its creation. They want to take the old WHO Black Air and all related organizations and rationalize them into a single department. Yeah. So, okay. So this is basically the issue where it goes back. Yeah. So,
Sure, why not? Sounds
Yeah,
good to me.
exactly. Yeah. I mean, why not? So, in fact, there's precedence for a Skrull working for MI13 to combat the Skrull invasion, and more importantly, they're Super Skrulls. In Captain Britain and MI13, it is revealed a Skrull that looks like John Lennon is part of MI13 and is working with the government agency to take on the invading Skrulls. Oh, okay. Really, John Lennon?
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just trying to imagine. Can we get Disparu to voice the character, right? Because he sounds just like one of the Beatles. He's got to be from the same part of England. If you've ever listened to his essays.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. So basically taken from the pages of Excalibur. I don't know. For some odd reason, I don't know if this is going to be sitting well whatsoever, or do you think they're going to be doing a Secret Invasion too? God, I hope not. I really hope not.
Let's look at their track record of what they've done so far and how everything has failed.
Yeah.
Or missed the mark.
Everything has gone according to how I
Yes.
Sure.
I proceeding the way I have foreseen it. I have foreseen.
Oh God, yeah. But John Lennon, really, John Lennon
Of all the people, I mean,
Yes.
George Harrison. At least, like, I liked George Harrison later in life when he affected that Saruman look, and he always
Yes.
looked like super fucking evil.
Yeah.
And don't mess with George Harrison. His wife used to beat people up, if we remember.
Well,
correctly.
don't forget,
Oh,
technically, they said Paul died. That was supposedly his doppelganger that continued. He supposedly died in the 60s.
I'm pretty sure he died.
Yeah, there's a big rumor that Paul McCartney died, and that was a replacement they had to put in his way. It's like, what?
That's weird.
Of what?
Yeah, it's
embarrassment? I mean,
I don't know.
that
Hey,
seems
I grew up with the
impossible,
Beatles.
right? The songs are so great. Yeah. It's just-
I love
he
the
was a-
Beatles.
Somebody
Hey.
came up to him and said, I heard this song and I loved it. And instead of the Beatles, it was actually Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show. And he was so upset that people confused it with his music that he dropped dead and died. Embarrassment on the spot.
Yeah.
Peter Noonan lives to like 80 without dying of embarrassment, but Paul McCartney. Yeah. Did you hear the crazy story? And who knows if he goes on tour, but who wouldn't want to see this? Did you guys hear who the bass player for the Stones is?
No.
It's fucking McCartney.
Really?
To which I say, Rolling
Interesting.
Stones, you lost your drummer. The Beatles drummer is still alive too. We've got
Ringo.
there's some potential for this. I mean, bring on someone else too to play with him, but I mean, just bring Ringo along. He's friends with Paul. You need someone to hang out with.
Well,
Yeah.
Paul's
needs someone
actually he played with the Foo Fighters actually during a concert once. It was really cool, actually.
That's right.
12, 12,
You got to
12,
give them
12,
some
12.
job, I mean,
That's right. It
they
wasn't the
can
Foo
do something
Fighters.
with life. Yeah.
Technically, that wasn't the Foo Fighters. Technically, that's the Nirvana reunion.
No.
No, they called it that. Remember, that happened weeks after Frances Bean turned 21, and her grandmother were able to outvote Courtney Love
No.
and that's why they were able to release the Nirvana. I think there is a greatest hits now, right?
Yes, there was actually.
Yes,
There
yeah.
was a special album.
Courtney Love stood against that and saying she didn't want it released. And what happened was the members of Nirvana couldn't get it released because they had a socialist kind of agreement, which in a band of 3 people works. Like all 3 must agree. But when Kurt died, his vote got split between his mother and his wife. So the mom voted yes, and the wife kept voting no. So
Franco Walker, yeah, Ringo's son is the drummer with the Who these days.
Now, do you know?
Yes,
actually,
for about 20 years.
Nirvana was a 4-member band by the end. Pat Smear actually joined Nirvana on that last album, but you never would have seen them because he passed away before he had a chance to join them officially. But he ended up going.
We
with
saw
the
him on the MTV Live.
Yeah, he was there with
him
them. But yeah, but then he ended up joining with Nirvana, or not Nirvana, but Foo Fighters with Dave. So
Foo Fighters. It's
Yeah.
everybody but him. I mean, sometimes.
So the Prime Minister would also grant MI13 and Pete Wisdom control of all British superheroes in order to deal with the Skrull threat. God,
why does it look like they're taking orders from Chekhov?
It does, doesn't it?
On the right.
Yeah,
I'm aware of his plan. It came from Russia.
If you see the full frontal of his face, it probably looks like Gorbachev. While MI13 was granted authority over all British superheroes, the main team consisted of the John Lennon Skrull, Pete Wisdom, Captain Britain, the Black Knight. Actually, he's not too bad of a character. Spitfire and Faiza Hussein, who took on the name of Excalibur. That seems rather odd. A Middle Eastern.
Why wouldn't you call yourself like the Scimitar?
Yeah, exactly. Right. That would just make more sense, wouldn't it? Yes. Thank you, Captain Peter John. It turns out the home security was a Skrull. My cabinet is now. There's 3 of us. As we speak, Captain Midland and Union Jack are with ground forces mustering to secure crucial targets in London. All British superheroes now work for MI13, like it or not. Peter 13 is yours. With no JIC chair, you answer to me.
Well, these guys are a bunch of fucking losers, so I bet you that MI13 could probably control Britain's like Revengers or Prevengers or Stupengers, whatever they are. What a bunch of fucking losers. It's like we're superheroes. Yeah, we've got a guy with a fucking Austin Healey who's gonna fucking keep you all in line. He's like, I'm sorry, Nelson Martin. He's gonna keep you all in line. You're a bunch of fucking losers. This guy with a fucking 9mm fucking Beretta. Like we also have a guy called the Man with the Golden Gun. Oh, we'll send Scaramanga after you, if you know. Who would be afraid? Like, fuck you, human.
How about we just call them the Brit Tenders? So,
This is the biggest embarrassment since the Battle of Yorktown for the British Empire.
It is. It is. Oh my god! It just looks so stupid seeing John Lennon like just in a. I know he's like supposed to be a Skrull like in disguise, but I mean. What made anyone think that
John Lennon sitting here watching the wheels go round and round, mate?
Yeah, exactly. Let's all get on.
Why are they able to change their voices, and why do we never talk about that? And if all Skrulls can change their voices, can a Skrull please become Sinead O'Connor so we can just go on with that, and get past what happened? Because she could sing.
R.I.P. Sinead.
True.
Yeah.
But she was Irish, so that's probably why.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in that case, she had it coming. Yeah, Captain Britain's not going to help her.
Yeah, exactly. It's not hard to imagine Sonia Fallsworth becoming the head of MI13 and Gaia being the main team leader, of course, because why not? Because it's the MCU. Yeah, I'm not liking the looks of this.
She sells seashells by the MCU shore. What a bunch of bullshit.
Well,
it'll
because
just be another show for me to skip.
Well, exactly. I mean, what's the point of having a British team if you don't have a British team leader? No, just make it an alien, like a literal alien from out of the country.
She's a British alien, Commander Craddock.
To lead the team only because she has a vajayjay. That's it. That's all that.
And any other chick could just choose to look like her.
Yeah. I mean,
How do you even know it's her?
Yeah, I know.
By the
She'll
way,
probably-
like,
See, I'm
there's
all for
there's
female
real work.
leads, but when
Yeah.
it's forced like this, and it's ridiculous. It's just you can tell it's forced. That's the part I don't like.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Oh,
I bet you.
here it
I
is.
bet you there is a comic book of this, but it's from the ones that when they were flailing.
yeah. If they keep with the John Lennon scroll, then basically Gaia will look like John Lennon, and she'll truly
Now,
be.
they're not
they,
being-
them. I don't know.
They're not being upfront about it looking like John Lennon at all, are they? Because then they would have to pay a hefty fucking fee.
Exactly. Oh yeah,
Yep.
that's
Someone
Oh,
else,
yeah.
someone,
Very
Yeah.
someone else said this looks like John Lennon for them. They
Yeah.
can't say that.
Yeah.
If
No,
you
that's
try
true,
to
that's true.
monetize John Lennon's image, you've got this
Oh, yeah.
lady named Yoko Ono, and she destroyed the Beatles in
Exactly.
just months. So don't fuck with her.
Yes, because that'll just give her enough funds to make another stupid album.
Is it
And
a
we don't
coincidence
need
that? Is it a coincidence that Gozer appeared on top of the building she lived in Ghostbusters? I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Either.
That's the Dakota, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if this rumor is going to be true. In particular, I haven't the faintest idea. Oh yeah, just.
So here's the thing: does the rumor suck? Do you fear it coming to fruition?
It probably
well,
is true
apparently-
then.
Yeah,
If
it
the
probably
rumor
is
sucks
true
and you
because-
fear it, then it's true. Yeah.
Yeah, because I
It's-
mean,
it's a really bad
person has
rumor.
been on to it before. It's a really bad rumor, and considering again the whole. Well, I mean, the way just Disney goes, Disney's going to Disney. So, yeah,
I
yeah.
still want to know what the hell went down to have that incident on Main Street USA where they had the person in the beard. Like, I don't know. Like, they haven't come out and denied it. Maybe they can't. Could that have just been like someone was like, I hate working here. I'm going to do the best rage quit ever. I mean, because they can't just say like, well,
No.
that was an employee who was off the reservation, even if it was. Even if it was, they have to be like, we think that's great.
Mhm.
Which means they're infinitely trollable. We should just all go to Disney dressed as chicks, really unconvincingly. Demand to be let in for free because we're oppressed. When they ask us for money, be like, you're going to oppress us by asking for pieces of paper with the pictures of the people who've passed these laws that kept us from being who we are.
You're part of the
Fuck
patriarchy.
you.
Stand out.
I'll be Latinx at that moment. When we're arguing our way to Disneyland for free, then I will actually, for that moment, be Latinx. I'll be like, as a Latinx.
Yeah.
Ooh, we're so sorry. Please come in, please.
Oh my God.
We're only mean to the poor Latinx people who live in Orlando. You're a more well-off Latinx person from New York. I'd be like, that's right. I'm so
Yeah.
well off. I'm Hispanic.
What do you guys in the chat think? Do we really need to see this? I haven't even the faintest idea. We just really don't need to see this anymore. Yeah. That was one bit of news.
Well, on a brighter note, I'll bring this up quickly. And on a rumor, now I just read this a couple days ago. It was at the end of September, talking about M6 and M13 and all that. There's now a rumor of who's going to be playing Bond next, and I'm very pumped about this. Is Henry might be officially coming in as Bond? So
Is that related to the news about Nolan possibly directing James Bond?
Maybe, yeah,
and faithfully adapting the novels.
Yeah, and Henry
Now,
Cavill.
what if the story of a 3-movie arc with Emma Rice as Bond? It's not true.
No,
I don't know.
I hope not.
I thought that was a done deal.
But some
I
good
haven't
Henry
heard
news.
With Elizabeth Hurley as Blofeld, but they're going to call her
First is
Blowell.
James Bond, Henry Cavill's rumored, and people might say, "Oh, we're going to miss him as the Witcher with the long hair." He's also going to be in the Highlander, the new Highlander.
Now, why wasn't
Henry
William
Cavill.
Jones considered for this role as Bond? Right? I mean,
I don't know. I haven't heard that. I haven't read anything about that. The only thing I've read was Christopher Nolan being connected to a new James Bond series of movies where they're going to faithfully adapt the novels, going back to the source material.
And let's be honest, Henry Cavill.
Please don't do that. Please do not faithfully adapt the novels. I've read them. I've read the
At least
novels.
not the last
do
one
not
talked
want-
about. No, we don't need that one.
We
And
don't
hell,
need a
Sir
Goldfinger
Kamarian has
Hey, Tony. No, we don't need the last 4 chapters of Goldfinger to be about him typing while he's held prisoner. We don't need to go through the 2.5 to 3 pages about how he had a mobile telephone transmitter that fit neatly into 2 large suitcases that he puts together to make a phone call to England that can't be traced. No, don't do these unabridged novels. Please don't.
Exactly.
I'm sure
especially the
things will be
last
edited
novel
out.
that we covered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that last one. No.
Oh, that last one, yes.
Oh God, yeah, that's right.
Atrocious.
Well, the more important than
that's
anything
right.
else
We
is-
can't have King Charles in charge. Now we're gonna be shutting down London now because all this news and all that kind of stuff of fake bullshit. We can't have that now going on. Now, can we?
But Henry would stay loyal to the past bonds. I know he
He
would.
would.
He's
He
believable.
would.
He's good that way. So,
There's the reason why I question King Charles's judgment is look at a picture of Princess Diana at 30 and look at a picture of Camilla at 30. What are you thinking, buddy?
Oof. Wolf.
Check his eyes.
Damn.
By the way, he also didn't notice that one of his kids isn't his. So I don't know if he could see too well.
I'm just amazed that she said yes to him, considering those radar dish-size ears of his. Like, damn.
hey, you get the
How does
money.
he
no
feel
matter how
knowing
you
that
look.
Suits has been the #1 streaming show for like 13 straight weeks too?
Yeah.
But,
Dang, 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 dang.
well, he's got a tribe in Papua New Guinea that worships him as a god, so he's got that.
Oh yeah. It's when you got options, right? So that's about it. Well, here's a little bit of good news before we go to a commercial break right soon. Netflix's live action One Piece co-runner declares he will make this show until Netflix says no more. Confirms season 2 writers room is up and running. So woo! We are
Wow.
definitely getting a season 2 of One Piece live action. Awesome.
Yes.
I hope so. But
Very
this to me
good.
seems like
Yep.
a man who knows how to play the game. He is trying to
Exactly.
outflank Netflix because they notoriously just walk away. This could
Yep.
suffer the same fate as beloved anime properties like Cowboy Bebop.
Yep.
No.
They've done good.
I don't
No,
think so.
no.
No.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah.
It might not get renewed, but it won't be for the same reasons as that.
But thank
Did
you
they
for
even
being
finish
facetious.
Cowboy Bebop? Right?
Yeah,
Cowboy
this
Bebop
has
was-
been renewed, and
Yeah.
they're going to go ahead with it simply because the showrunner, the creator, stood his ground
Yep.
and said, "Nope, no changing the source material."
Exactly.
And Jamie Lee Curtis might
wanna
be in
point
season
out-
2.
I just want to point out that they renewed Willow for season 2 during episode 1 airing. So this is just
Yeah.
things. Episode 5 of
Goofy
Ahsoka
crap.
was in theaters because it was so good. Okay, like
Yeah.
people can just say things, doesn't mean that there's any weight behind it.
So, in the light of the breakout success of Netflix and Tomorrow Studios live action One Piece adaptation, series co-showrunner Matt Owens is not only feeling good about its upcoming second season, but ready to dedicate himself to overseeing the Straw Hats adventure into the far future. Awesome. That's exactly what we wanted. Owen shared his optimism towards One Piece's future while giving a post-release interview to Deadline's Nelly Andreva. Asked by Andreva if he could share exactly are you in the writing process of season 2, to which he revealed, contrary to the series producer and Tomorrow Studios Marby Allenstein previous claim, that they had scripts ready for a second season, that we did start our season 2 writers room for a little bit before the strike. We didn't get much further than starting to plan out what the season is going to be, and we got a couple of outlines done, but that's as far as we got. Okay, well, I mean, that's understandable. So, because the strike went on for a while, so I imagine they could only go, so far. So, with writing season 2. So we're in preparation for season 2. So there are not actually any scripts for the season that are done, he added. It's still going to take some time. Turning to his approach to the series writing process, Owens then explained, And of course, now that the show has come out, there are things to look at and lessons to learn as we move forward. We've got some outlines, and we really have a solid plan that we had communication with the series creator, Mr. Oda, about. He recalled. Part of my trip in April was to talk to him about some of the early ideas that we had, talking to him about the things that I want to include and to make sure that our ideas are in line with what he thinks. Perfect. That's all I want so far,
Yeah.
right? Communication.
As long as Oda, yeah.
Exactly.
As long as Oda stays involved, it will not go off the rails. As long as he stands his ground against any nonsense anybody might come up with, it will not be derailed.
Exactly. Keeping everybody in the loop, go back to the creator, make sure, hey, is this okay? Is that okay? Can we do this? Can we do that?
Yep.
And yeah, simply, if it's a yes, it's a yes. If it's a no, okay, let's either trash it or rework it to his satisfaction. It's as simple as that.
One of the big rumors for season 2, I'm going to mispronounce her name, Dr. Cathur, or Cathur, I can't pronounce her name. She's a big character in the latter seasons. Jamie Lee Curtis is in mind to play that. They want her to be in that role, and she's been offered. She said she'd do it. So she said, no, I'd love to. So keep an eye out for that.
I think she deserves the Jamie Lee courtesy to play that part. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. So,
totally.
She's in
I
mind
wish
to be.
she'd stop being in fucking Knives Out, though. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Be in a movie I want to see.
Yep. One of the really fun aspects of the show to me is the manga has been going on for so long, and sometimes Oda revisits previous places in time or reveals information about a certain character who was at an event or who has some knowledge of something. Owen's further beamed, and we get to take all of that and play with it in the present day story for us. Some fans might understand that there are two things that I might be alluding to with a statement like that, but that was also a part of my conversation with Oda. And in getting ready for season 2, he continued, it's like, hey, are you cool if we put this season here because it's something we know happens years later? And he was like, yeah, he enjoys that too. He enjoys seeing the in-depth knowledge and love for source material and allowing us to tell the story in a way that looks slightly different is still on the whole line with his vision. Cool. Yeah. So
cool.
if they can change it around a little bit, just a little bit, like taking something further down the road and bringing it more sooner, I suppose, because maybe they're going to tie it in some sort of way. I'm thinking is what he's saying.
Well, it's hard to compress for TV from consider how many in, but they've done a good job so far. They've done an excellent job so far.
Yeah.
So I just keep doing what you're doing. That's what I say.
Exactly.
I mean, they certainly have a lot of source material to draw from. So this can only be good news for fans.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Just take something that might be further on down the road, bring it more to the forefront. And, well, I mean, you got over 10 years of anime and manga to go through, right? And you don't know how long this series is going to last. So,
I wish Netflix would sign those deals. That's why I wish Netflix would sign like 10-year deals and stuff, but they don't do that. That's what drives me nuts. It's
you know what? It's a bad idea these days in media to sign to have a 10-year deal, in my opinion, because of the way modern writers work. Look what happened with the long-term deal with Star Trek. They built in a golden parachute and then wrote a show so bad that they were hoping to be fired so they could go out and write another show and double dip. So I don't.
True.
We have to have some sort of thing where if you and we can't even. I mean, God, with the way that things are today, imagine if we said like, if we golden parachute you can't work for 10 years. People would just be like, damn, I'll write an even worse show. Fuck, Captain Kirk is a chick, and I'm not gonna make him a lesbian. I'm gonna make him a hetero.
And the
Where?
streaming series are different. Like, look at Stranger Things, which I love, but they space it out every 3 years that they release a new season. It seems like it's long. It's only 5 seasons long.
Yeah.
So, and this will be the last one. So it's like,
Same thing with Cobra Kai. I mean, we're getting great episodes of Cobra Kai, but they're spaced out to leave us wanting more.
Yeah.
Did anybody notice the way Cobra Kai is able to get beer endorsement without getting in trouble with beer? Has anyone noticed that little trick that they pull? Have you noticed what they do while still not have? Okay, what are they doing? Have you seen it? Have you seen how they pull it off?
Haven't paid attention.
This is the deal, right? Because the kids are older and they're starting to do things that kids who are late in high school kind of do, like drink. The show doesn't shy away from that. The kids drink, right? And the sensei's not. He's like kind of agnostic on it. He's like, you shouldn't pollute your bodies, and like, you pollute yours, sensei, and he just kind of looks at you. You know what I mean? But when sensei gets drunk and fucked up and acts like an asshole, he drinks brand name beer, whatever's endorsing it. I think it's Coors Light. When the kids get messed up, they drink like Acme beer. They never irresponsibly use the beer that underwrites the show. They drink some local like swill. It's called Kitty. It's called Kitty Swill. It's made in Hollywood. It's the Michael Jackson Vineyards.
Hey, at least it's not Bud Light.
Jesus juice.
Yeah.
Here's have some Jesus juice.
Yeah. Near beer. It's what we call it in Canada, near beer.
They have that in Minnesota too. Yeah. I went to the Midwest. One of my friends moved there. It's like, you got to check it out. It's the greatest place in the world. The cost of living is so low. And like, I went there in the summer and I'm like, it's uninhabitable outside because of the bugs. He's like, the winter here is great though. People love it here. I'm like,
hey, we got to in our Alpine here on the East Coast. Yay.
Oh, I know. I missed that. Okay. Anyway, let's take a brief commercial break. So, if anybody remembers,
it's always Halloween at our next stop. Kids, there's the signpost up ahead.
Exactly. So, if anybody remembers the commercial from last week, here is the continuation.
Oh boy.
見てテナガザルこっちはゾウさんだ
ちーちゃんは長いのが好きなんだね
別に意識してるわけじゃないけど
気のせいかLong, long前にも言ったねあの長い人
避ける組対長い避ける組
You're traveling through another dimension, a dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are that of Omega Mart. There's a signpost up ahead. Your next stop, the Express Aisle.
It's never too suggestive. It gets better.
No, not at all.
No, exactly. Okay, so I'm glad that they're keeping everybody in the loop and is essentially respecting the creator himself. And it's kind of like, Father, may we have your blessing to continue? It's like, yes, go make sure you have my blessing. Everything be done right. So anyway, go produce like you never produced before. So, so that communication has been open, and we've gotten some insight from him. We've gotten some things approved, and we had started our process, said the showrunner. We are now back up and running as of this week, and we're going to try to make the appropriate time that we need to get it right. But we're going to try to get stuff up and running as soon as possible. So making the note of Owen's last statement, Andriva pressed as to whether or not the One Piece Writers Room was back to work now and that the Writers Guild of America strike had come to a close. So in turn, he had confirmed the Writers Room was up and running. Yes, getting scripts done so we can get into design work, scheduling, and pre-production, all that kind of stuff. So there we go. Yeah, so far so good. It's going ahead.
Let me ask you guys a question. If this has worked perfectly, this has been perfect. Working with the original creator, why doesn't anybody else do this? Why doesn't Marvel go back and do? Why doesn't? It's a perfect formula that seems to work. Do it that way, and you'll get a good product out there.
Oh, it is, but you've got the mentality of writers today wanting to push a certain ideology or set of ideals. It's like there's even one point I seem to remember somebody saying, "You don't give the fans what they want."
I remember reading that actually.
Yeah,
Like,
tell them what they want.
No, give us what we want. That's how you make money.
No, you don't. You don't give fans what they want. You tell them what they want, and you make stuff and tell them that they'll like it.
Yep. And then when we don't like it, you're a bigot or you're this.
Right.
What the biggest surprise that has happened to these jackasses in the last 10 years is the realization that fans don't grow on trees like pears or apples. It's not a replenishing resource. It doesn't refill the well like water. You can't just be like, nah, we're going to take these fans and just like piss all over them. And then like in a couple of days, it'll be okay to take the water out of the well again. No, you done pissed in that well, asshole.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen it time after time with so many franchises now that have been spoiled, have been ruined. Doctor Who, Star Wars, Star Trek, Marvel, DC. It's just
and even worse, the people who say they're finally being done right. Tell me that doesn't drive you crazy. Like, finally, Star Wars done right. Ahsoka, what a triumph, improving on Tolkien's stub of an idea. The garbage that Tolkien puked out onto page, like now we see it on the screen the way it was meant to be. Change it to Star Wars.
There's a particular guy in Hollywood, and I'm trying to remember his name. What was it? Ratzenberg? Oh, God.
Harvey Weinstein.
No. Besides Weinstein, another guy. Somewhere's along the name.
I just want to say I had a lot of fun at this party, so I didn't his behavior.
Who is
Jeffrey Katzenberg?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
him.
Yeah,
Jeff Katzenberg, and he's a very prolific. Oh, whatever the word. Prolific.
I love
Thank
it.
you.
He's fucking prolific. This fucking fuck.
Yeah. So he's a very prolific figure in Hollywood, right? And he is. I mean, he's huge. This is the guy that makes and breaks people literally in Hollywood, right? His word is essentially law. And the thing is, he's buddies with Joe Biden. Now, before Joe Biden became president under the Obama administration back during his tenure as vice president, essentially what he did at the time was make a deal with China. Now, the thing was, essentially, he and Biden, on top of that, essentially sold Hollywood to China. And it's around this time, a little over 10 years ago. Really, China.
Yeah.
China. He sold Hollywood to China. Sold all the resources. This is why, like, a little over 10 years ago, you started seeing movies go really crappy. And that's what happened. Because if you remember, if you start thinking back, right, you start seeing oddly in some movies where you're seeing, how should I put it, Chinese, I don't know, producer studio names in some movie productions and stuff like that. Have you noticed that maybe over the years every once in a while?
Because this is the deal. Ready?
Yeah.
To get money from the Chinese.
Yep.
For your movie, there's only two things that have to happen. You have to show them in a positive light, right?
Yep.
And part of your movie has to take place in China, just part of your movie. So the perfect example of this would be, I don't know how many people saw it, but Roland Emmerich made a pretty good 2019 Midway movie that was based mostly on the first, but they jammed the Doolittle raid into the beginning of the movie just so he can crash in China. And they're like, he's like, where am I? They're like, you're in China. He's like, oh, okay. And then they're like, we just move on.
Yeah, exactly, right. Walker,
I will say this, Aaron Eckhart was pretty badass.
Yeah. Shouldn't be reproduced like you never reproduced before. Yeah.
Cool. Trying to understand exactly what he means there.
I'm thinking I know exactly what he means. But anyway, the point is this Katzenberg guy and Biden, like I said years ago, basically sold out Hollywood to China, right? And that's why movies have been, the way that they are, because China will only allow a certain amount of movies that come from America into China. But on top of
and
that,
also they have
movies have
taste.
gotten
Like
so bad
they have taste, right? They wouldn't expose their people to Multiverse of Madness or Wakanda Forever. They're like, fuck this shit. No.
Yes, this is what I was also getting at, right? Is because some of those movies are not passing the Chinese censors and are not being shown in China. And that's why also on top of that, Hollywood is losing money coming from China because those movies are not being shown because they're just that bad. So let
me make one thing clear here.
Making them bad on purpose.
And China's a big market. So.
Wow, that's kind of what I just said. And by the way, I want to say right here, I do not approve of China or the Chinese Communist Party. I'm joking around there. And one of the things that made the Star Wars sequel so fucking terrible was because they were the best movies that the Chinese Communist Party would let you have. So think about that for a fucking minute.
Exactly.
I blame Kennedy on those, though. I digress on that.
But whose politics? Like, look, she's a goddamn commie, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. So they're so back to the article. They are up and running. They are getting the writing underway for season 2. So, following a brief discussion on the massively positive fan reaction to Jeff Ward's portrayal of Buggy the Clown. Man, he played that really good, I got to say.
He did.
Oh, man, just over the top.
Man.
I love it. Andreva then asked Owens if he had a goal of how many seasons you'd like to go with this. To which he confidently asserted, I do. I want to go as long as we can. There's a lot of source material. And while I do, just because I'm so obsessive, not just with One Piece, but planning in general, I do have ideas of what future seasons can be, what will be included in them, how we can, and on a macro level, structure some things just because of the wealth of material that we had. I will make this show until Netflix says no more, he concluded. Awesome. I like that.
Cool.
I like that.
Your head creative is a very well-advised businessman who knows how to apply pressure without humiliating. He embarrassed nobody. He nobody. He cleverly made it sound like if they did what he was suggesting, everyone would look good, which is possibly true. And I don't know if he, being gifted as an artist, had the brains to come up with that. So that means that this man is competent. He sat down and was like, well, I'm not a talking kind of guy, but this is what I want. Let me call up a few people who are smarter than me, and not some kind of woke PR consultant. Somebody like, maybe I know somebody who's gone further in business or, a mentor. So this was a well-considered statement. Because you could have easily fucked this up. We saw the She-Hulk ladies try to pull this with Kevin Feige. And if anyone was ready to give them a chance to make more mistakes, it was him. But they just they dragged and humiliated him a little too much, right? They did because they don't know how to talk nice. They're drunken wine moms who shouldn't be allowed around children. But this guy here, he was just like, boy, I've loved doing this and what a great opportunity. And for as long as these guys are as generous enough to provide me a stage and a canvas of which to paint upon, I'm going to go on there and do my best for them. Wow. Exactly. Wow.
Very good. Amazing. Yeah. It's definitely a good case of
approach. Charming people.
It's a really good example of if you don't know how to do something, you surround yourself with people who do know how to do something.
After 20 years,
you assemble a good team.
He's got a really successful comic. He knows exactly what he does. I'm going to say this. This was such a well-considered statement. He had someone craft it. Maybe it was his, he has to have a lawyer for his copyright stuff. Maybe his copyright lawyer does, creative properties and stuff like that and intellectual properties. He has to have a guy who does that. He talked to the people that he needed to have around him, and he said exactly. And Netflix is going to do it. I think they'd be silly not to. This is the show that's gotten the most buzz this year, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Exactly. It's outdoing Wheel. How's Wheel of Time doing?
Well, that's Amazon Prime, isn't it? I mean, what else on
is it?
Netflix? Yeah, what else on Netflix are we
At
fans?
least they can
looking
sell their
forward
costumes
to?
till the Rings of Power.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, what else on Netflix are we fans looking forward to besides
Thursday
when-
Night Football.
on Netflix?
NFL
I'm not
on
gonna lie.
Thursday.
I am dying to wait.
Oh
for
wait, no,
season
that's
5.
that's Amazon. That's Amazon.
I want Stranger Things season 5, the last season.
Right.
I do
What's
enjoy
that?
it.
What's that?
Yeah, I'm waiting for Stranger Things as well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
besides that, I have no clue
Yeah.
other than one
Yeah.
person.
What about
It's like, yeah.
what
There's,
about that?
there's nothing that
Christopher
really
Nolan
draws. Yeah, I'm sorry.
show? That Christopher
I'm
Nolan.
leery
movie.
and weary of Christopher Nolan. He's
that
gonna have to
that
change his
sci-fi.
act. Can I be forgiven to say that I'm leery and weary of the man who signed off on Man of Steel and BVS as high quality movies and put his name as an
They're still good
executive
films.
producer on them?
They're still good films.
Wendy Trauma Warrior, it's been fun. We have a patient in the hit by a car coming in. Take care and stay safe.
Ooh.
Okay, Wendy, thank you for joining
All
us.
right.
Sorry, Wendy.
Yeah, take care,
Thanks for
Wendy.
joining us.
Thank you
Best of
again
luck
for
to that
Good,
patient.
Yep.
Yeah,
sending her positive.
everybody be good.
Ladies and gentlemen, when you see Wendy Trauma Warrior in the chat, thank her up front, because one day when you do meet her, you're not going to be in any shape to do it, and she's going to be helping you out in a way that deserves our thanks. You know,
Exactly.
Save your
Wendy
life.
Trauma
Exactly.
Warriors of the world make it okay to walk down the street and feel a modicum of like, I'll go home alive.
That's right.
For all of us.
Wendy, catch it on the rewind because we're gonna have a little show. So everybody stick around for the ending show.
That's right. We have
Just
straw
quick-
hats and striped
quick-
jackets and canes.
That's
Quickly
right.
on a side, people like Wendy were there during the pandemic where they were essential workers. They need to be paid essential workers pay. Pay them more.
Yeah, much
Exactly.
more.
Hopefully she's not dancing in the hallways though on TikTok. I don't think she would be. I don't think she would be.
Hey, some of
Nurses
those
are
workers
very-
look hot doing that. I'm
nurses
not
are
gonna
very
lie.
different. Trauma, even if it's nurse, any position in that, it's a high pressure job. Anesthesiologist, you name it, it's very high
Right.
pressure. You've got to get it right. God only knows how many things could go wrong. And to the people of America, to help out people like Wendy, stop sticking things in your ass. All right,
Yeah,
stop.
that would really help.
That time is wasted. It could be used helping someone else.
And
Do
it's
you
very
really-
real. I'll back that up. I know a friend of a friend of a friend that had to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
for that.
And do you really need to pay a bill thing like that for these people to be?
And they're going to punk
my
you by
God,
releasing
no.
the X-ray.
Okay, so anyway,
Right, moving right along.
carrying
What
on.
I wanted to
Yeah.
say something that would make the world a better place. Is anyone going to
No.
argue with me? Stop sticking things that aren't made of human flesh in your ass.
And now you made this awkward. So, but that's okay. So, but no, I don't think there's really
I
anything
want to
else.
leave room for fisting.
Oh, okay, fine.
I don't want to be a square.
But it's hip to be square. Anyway, yeah, no, I don't think there's anything else really on Netflix that I'm looking forward to. Yeah, maybe that
No.
sci-fi show that's going to be coming up later on this year. I know, yeah, okay, Christopher Nolan, but I'm just out of curiosity. I'm going to have a look and see how good or bad that this might be. God, I'm really trying to think. I'm not going to watch that new Castlevania stuff because,
No,
yeah.
I've
Are
already
they
watched
the
the
ones
first
who are-
episode of it. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Is Netflix the ones who are
Um,
giving us the new Stephen King project? Because I don't think anyone will. Even if it's great, I
don't
just
know.
think he's turned people off so much that people just like,
I
yeah,
don't
okay,
know.
you know what? I'll read
I
Bird Box
honestly-
too before I read
Yeah.
his book.
Yeah.
I honestly don't keep up with Netflix. I don't
No.
have it myself. I have to go over to somebody else's place to watch it if there's something I actually find myself interested in watching. But yeah, I don't keep up with Netflix.
No.
That's
But
kind of
with
like me and
Run-
IMDb. I only use PMDB.
And I think
okay.
Stranger Things isn't until next year. So
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
But with
How
roughly
long till we get
900
Winona Ryder on PMDB too? By the way, it's time. Winona, there's only a little time left. Please show.
But with
show us-
roughly
show us.
993 chapters and counting left to adapt, Owen certainly has his work cut out for him. However, should Netflix and Tomorrow Studios continue to treat this series with as much care and respect as they did with season 1, it's not out of the question that even if it doesn't adapt everything, the live action One Piece could have a significantly long life ahead of it. Yep. That's what I'm hoping for. Just
What's going to happen is eventually Netflix will stupidly turn their back on it after 2 or 3 seasons because that's just what they do. But we should kind of what we should kind of do is
money though.
But how many shows, and let's forget about the fact that Disney had to take their shows to consolidate their network, but shows have started on Netflix and then continued. If he has 2 years of a good concept, good show, TNT, someone's going to come along and say, we want the rest of your One Piece show. And he might even be in the driver's seat. He's like, well, I don't currently have distribution, but I'm getting romanced. And we've just seen that this guy does seem to know how to do business. He really, that was a good statement.
I'm liking it.
We've seen bad statements. Leslie Jones's statement from 2 weeks ago would be the polar opposite. What was it like? F you, F you honky. I hate y'all. Especially you male honkies.
Yes. God.
That's
she just
like did not make me want to buy her book. I mean, she to me will always be
she has a book. Is it written in crayon?
Yeah. I believe she just screamed it at somebody who knew how to write. She put the original transcript is on like a cave wall. It's like a picture of her hunting down the people who oppressed her with like a club. That she's that primitive and primal when that stuff we read from her was chilling to everybody. It was like, imagine if she was in politics and everyone was like, whoa.
Oh, can you imagine that? Damn. Okay.
Wow. But to me, she'll always be Frankenfooter from NBC's live Thanksgiving theater. That's how I want to remember Leslie Jones, because I don't want to remember Ghostbusters 2016, a thing that doesn't exist.
Exactly. So remember how probably I think it might have been a little over a month ago or something like that. We were this show that was coming out on Global that basically
you're gonna need to say that again. If everyone did everyone have my experience?
Oh, okay.
You were gone for a minute.
Okay, I was gone for a second.
It was right when you started, top of the statement.
Yeah. So remember, I think it was about over a month ago. We were talking about that global TV show, Robin Hood.
Oh yes,
remember that?
Yes,
because it's Hollywood and people in masks and stuff like that. Well, we're going to be going.
Wait, did I miss that part?
It's Canadian though, isn't it?
The intention was to be shown worldwide. I gotta be honest. A worldwide TV show, if it was good, something that everybody from all over this earth could talk about, like, hey, did you see the new, I don't know, good Star Trek? Did you see the new, like Let's Be Friends Tonight, starring William Shatner? Did you see that? Yeah, I love that show. I love William Shatner. Exactly. It would be great if we had that. But this doesn't look like it did it.
The Robin Hood director has a meltdown over the series' negative reception. Claims show is being review bombed by racists. Remember
bullshit? I haven't reviewed this yet. I haven't reviewed this yet, so there's no way. I want you to hold off until at least I have waited on your show before you make that comment. Okay?
Yep. Remember, we said that if this is bombing and it's gonna bomb, that they're gonna call everybody out there that hates it a racist. We called it.
Here we go.
Yep.
Oh, I'm seeing that.
My question is
right
this.
there. Look at that phrase. It says angry nerds. Angry nerds.
When did he say? Here's the thing.
I'm sorry. The creator wanted to be on the heels of versus Babyface Channel for a talk. Oh, really? Oh, I bet.
I don't think you would do very well. I do not think it would go very well.
As would tear him apart.
Honestly, I'm going to be quite honest with you. I think if he went on Az's show, I think that Az is smart enough and now is off energy drinks long enough to modulate himself. And he would probably be very calm and polite, but he would take him apart just as effectively.
He would still dismantle him. Yes, he would still dismantle him.
This guy's just creating a gym membership and a t-shirt.
Exactly. So apparently unable to accept that his modern reimagining of the arrow-slinging outlaw may only appeal to a very, very small niche of audiences, Robin Hood Julian Christian Lutz. Oh, God, that name.
But I mean, it was done so wrong.
Has lashed out at critics of his new series, accusing them of not being just angry nerds, but also outright racists.
I want to see your qualifications to call me that. You better have a sociology degree. You better not only have film school. You better have gone to a good accredited college that teaches about things that give you the authority to point out your goddamn finger and say that to me.
Yeah,
and thank you.
A lot of people.
Let's see.
Yeah.
How do I describe
also thank you very much. I just picked
yeah.
up 2 subs.
Here I am. How to describe myself? What's further to the right of Attila the Hun? Yes. I want to go further to the right than Genghis Khan.
We'll go with
what I liked was when I went to PCR's house for Christmas last year. All the pillowcases had 2 holes cut out in them. What was up with that, PCR? I don't get it.
Wait, what?
There he goes. Sam says Genghis Khan. Yeah.
Genghis Khan. Yes.
Can they not accept the fact that people might not like it?
Yeah. No, they can't because their ego is on the line.
Yeah. Who asked for this show? Who wanted
Nobody.
Nobody wanted it.
And by the way, how many paths to a successful Robin Hood show, even a modern one, were ignored? Yep. There's a path. You know what? Put them in a fictional country so no one has to be too insulted. And then if you want to make the police evil, they're fictional cops. That's fine. You know what I mean? Put them in Urbania, in the city of, in the country of like Libertaria, and like have it be in the middle of like the Huzotic Ocean, so everybody is like good and divorced from it being too close to home. Do whatever you want. Show some goddamn creativity. Have them out there with 2 Uzis like the Punisher, fucking stealing fucking government cheese for poor people, and everyone will love it.
Exactly.
But no, you had to make me talk about the world we had today.
Award.
Exactly. Yeah, in a way, don't we already have a modern interpretation of Robin Hood with Green Arrow?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we do. And that was
guys. Anyway, something just struck me really quick. You ready? I'm thinking about like you, me, Foggy, PCR. Like we're sitting around, right? And we're like Saxons, right? And we're like drinking our ale, and like someone's like, listen to me, and you shall hear the tale of Robin Hood. And like PCR turns around, it's like, this modern storytelling. And Mike's like, what happened to good stories where Vikings would come and burn down a fucking town?
Exactly. And Rocco the Brave has made it in the rest of time.
I say to all,
there.
Yeah. Hi, Rocco the Brave. Good
hello,
friend
Rocco.
Happy on. We'll be with us later on Saving Star Trek.
I'm all for a modern
And
storytelling of Robin Hood with a female lead. I find it interesting, but they have to be respectful enough to also say it is Robin Hood inspired, a telling of the story. That's true. Well, Snail Messiah, the thing is, this Robin Hood is basically an adaptation.
They didn't listen to you, is basically what we're saying.
Yeah, it's an adaptation of a comic where it's a female Robin Hood, right, set in modern times.
But she lives in like Harlem, right? It's like female. It's like urban Thor.
The villain is white man bad. So
exactly.
Yeah.
So created by Lutz, otherwise known by his alias as Director X. Oh my God, it's gonna have to be Director Y. That's point.
Like the guy who directed the Charlie's Angels movies and was too embarrassed to put his name on it, so it's just his initials.
And featuring a story by Orphan Black story coordinator Chris Roberts, the 8-episode near-fi action drama is described by its host network, Canada's Global Television Network, as a contemporary reimagining of Robin Hood, wherein Robin is a fearless young woman who is not just another superhero with abilities normal people don't have. Oh, right, because nobody ever shot a bow and arrow before in their life. Like, give me a break. She's a Gen Zer driven by injustices of today who embraces the heroic and hopeful and playful elements of the world's most recognizable folk hero, details the series' official synopsis. She learns to fight for what's right, to take care for and lead her followers, and like all Robin Hood since the first ballad, Robin holds those in power to account by using their greed against them to help her community. Of course.
So this was brought to us by who? Canadian Broadcasting. Is this something else we can blame Canada for?
Yes, you can.
Canada, Canada, what are you doing?
Blame Canada.
Canada, seriously, what are you guys doing?
You know, when your prime minister basically buys out the entire media.
Yeah, I blame Trudeau, not Canada.
Yeah, yes.
How much was it, Tom? Do you recall how much was it, Tom? It was like about $6 billion that basically Trudeau gave the media.
Oh yeah, oh god, yeah.
Yes.
And that's not even mentioning how much we get in Ukraine and other places. But yeah,
Sorry.
people.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a lot of money that basically Trudeau gave to all the media outlets, CBC, CTV, and Global, and probably a little bit more. So basically he bought the entire media. So yeah. So yes.
Actually, speaking of, have you heard there's more rumors of him being a podcaster? You might have to register with the CRTC.
Oh,
that's true.
Right.
Yes,
exactly.
But
So-
there's rumor that going to the States now. The Quarterling mentioned that this week. Today he talked about it.
Yeah.
So,
Oh God. So anyway, Robyn Hood follows Robin Luxley, a young woman whose masked hip hop band. Oh God, yeah, that's right. She had a hip hop band. Hood. It's the Hood is known for the inventive videos and anti-authoritarian message. It adds, she lives in Sherwood Towers, a cluster of high. Oh God, a cluster. I can't believe I'm reading this all again. Just like what was it, a month ago? Over a month ago. A cluster of rental high rises in a working class corner of New Nottingham, a nearby city where the cost of living has skyrocketed, leaving an ever widening gap between the rich and everybody else.
I have never heard the term near-fi before. Is that supposed to mean like a Blade Runner-ish, slightly foreseeable near future? Is that near-fi?
Something like that, because I remember the tagline from Max Headroom was 20 minutes into the future.
Yes, exactly.
But that show was good.
Yeah, that show
was good.
So when Robin finds herself fighting for her home and her family against local property developer John Prince, because remember, he's an evil white guy. So, and the sheriff of Nottingham, which is, it's another hate on redheads. So Robin and her band, the Hood, decide to fight back, righting the wrongs of the corporate elite to give back to the people who are living under their regime. Yeah. Yay.
Yes.
What would have been wrong with calling them something more on point, like the Melody Men?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Traveling
Robin Hood and the Hood. It just doesn't really roll off the tongue.
No, it doesn't. So making its television debut on September 27th, I'm glad I missed it because I knew I would. Rather than plays the all-duration Lutz was no doubt expecting, the series was met with a less than favorable reception. Oh, hence the reason why he should go by Director Y instead of Director X. Per roughly 16,000 user ratings given to IMDb as a writing, who is currently the only site with user review listings of the series. 1,300 of those audience members left the series with an outright 1 out of 10. Oh my God, a 1 out of 10.
I'm sure it's well deserved.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh, I'm sure that's well deserved.
Conversely, 81 rated the series a 2 out of 10. 38 found themselves somewhere in the middle, and 121 considered Robin Hood to be a perfect 10 out of 10. Oh my God.
And they were paid for that, I bet.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Holy crow.
So we know how many people received checks. 121
people.
Yes. And they were probably for $398.68, just like the writer got paid at She-Hulk.
Wow.
I am not a merry man.
Oh, sweet shit. That is so funny.
Neurons! I have neurons on my payroll!
Oh my God.
Mike, you know what you actually need for music? You need like a common use, like public domain instrumental version of the International Kami song to play while we read some of these insane stories.
God. I'm thinking more like some sort of Germanic anthem of a certain time period that probably might be, I don't know.
Unfortunately, the only Wagnerian songs that are common domain or public domain are, believe it or not, Wagner wrote "Here Comes the Bride," and there's a Flight of the Valkyries, Wagner, but he lived long enough for his wife to copyright his shit.
There you go. So here it is on IMDb. So,
wow.
No, look at that.
Wow.
Wow.
What's that bottom number that looks like my? What's that Goldfinger at the bottom?
Oh yeah,
is that One Piece?
That's the rating of
that's
number
the rating
one.
of,
They gave it a 1 star out of 10.
A 1 out of 10.
Yeah.
84.
Oh, this is for Robyn Hood.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Robyn
views.
Hood.
I'm like, okay, so Robyn Hood's doing. Robyn Hood is a piece of. It's garbage fire. People hate it.
Yeah, those are reviews.
What is the raw number? How many reviews are there total? Do we know? Just about how?
1,300.
Yeah, it was like 1,300.
1,300.
That's fairly scientific.
Well, no, actually, it was 1,600, and 1,300 people said it was a 1 out of 10. Right?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So 2 out of 10. And
that is a decent sample size. A presidential poll is about 4,400 people.
Yeah.
And they base campaign decisions off of that.
No, Franco, actually the bad guy. Well, okay, the bad guy is also
basically a slum lord.
By the end of the episode, by the end of the series,
the bad guy is not
be
like the bad guy is a white guy, and the sheriff, the sheriff of Nottingham is the redhead woman that you saw before. She's the sheriff of Nottingham. Basically.
So the modern hate on gingers, I don't know why. It's like
I don't get that.
I thought they arced the male character the female character who is good slowly into an evil male character because they made the mistake of transitioning female to male and became evil.
Yeah.
I thought that was the arc of that character. Sorry, guys. I was just
the creator said that the show was review bombed. Yeah, it definitely was review bombed. I mean, because everybody.
Well, no, the show. He's got the words out of order. He got the words out of order. The show bombed. Then it got reviewed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then it got reviewed. Yeah.
Everyone hated it.
It's the modern day victimhood. I'm going to say this right now. People like to play the victim. Oh, it's racism. How about just the fact that it's bad?
It's just yes.
Right.
Take your licks.
Racism.
Someone else said earlier. Absolutely.
Yeah, they can't.
People cannot admit that something they produced or created is bad. It's like, oh, what I'm doing is great. People are going to love it. Then when people hate on it, it's like, oh, come on, you guys are istophobes.
Exactly.
It's tried and true tactic of blaming the fans. Fans are toxic.
Franco, in the original story, the sheriff is the bad guy. Well, yes, but the sheriff
from a certain point of view, I don't know. I was always pro sheriff.
The sheriff works under Prince John, right?
Yes.
Right. Who becomes King John, by the way. Let's just say history vindicates that guy. Robyn Hood gets his. Believe me, yeah.
So basically, the sheriff is, the Princess Toady, right? So this is basically, along the same lines as what's going on.
Now, where did Sir Hiss fit in? The snake with the two people. Remember Sir Hiss?
Yeah,
that was like the one good cartoon that Disney managed to crank out in the 70s there, right? Remember that great Robyn Hood cartoon they had?
So
and now we've got this nonsense. People can accept a Robyn Hood talking fox and Prince John is a snake, but this is fucking a bridge too far.
So met with this huge disparity in review scores, Lutz took to his personal Twitter account on October 3rd to decree Robyn Hood is getting 1 stars from countries where the show doesn't air on stream. How would you even know that? Well, apparently it is somewhere.
There's always find a way to find it somewhere.
Oh,
you damned idiot. Haven't you ever heard of a VPN? Everyone thinks I live in Cambodia.
Oh, yeah. This is what y'all on? He questions
goddamn idiot.
IMDb for a show you haven't seen. disappointed in y'all. A real mask off moment. Y'all just like real looking like real goofs. Robin Hood Wednesday, 10 p.m. Global TV and Stack TV. It's God.
Yeah,
Dude,
the mask was off, but not for the people he's thinking.
you know, calling people goofs probably doesn't exactly help your position much. I'm just
Right.
guessing. So, in fairness, Lutz, given human nature and the workings on the internet, it's admittingly certain that a number of Robin Hood one-star critics did not watch the series and only sought to sink its reputation for any number of reasons, including, unfortunately, racism, of course. And
Well,
if
I like
anybody
the
did happen to
xenophobia.
catch that show when we
Wait.
reported this like over a month ago, if you did happen to review bomb this, thank you.
Oh, yes.
If we
Not
hold
that I'm
him to
blaming
his
any of you guys. So,
if we hold him to his standard, what he said is people from other countries did this to him.
oh yes,
He's a
yes.
he's a xenophobe.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
You know, be careful, man.
Oh, there
just
you
wa-
go.
You just waded in.
Yeah.
You just waded into a place where you went holier than thou, and your
Yeah.
defense was you're racists and I can prove it through xenophobia. Who's the real racist? Who's the real racist?
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
sorry. I mean,
Thank you for
you know
catching
what?
that.
Dude, I live in New York City. I fucking get people try to con me like 35 times a day all my life. I can see through bullshit. It's some serious bullshit.
crap. Oh,
This guy would not
However-
last 5 minutes in this city.
no, he wouldn't. However, the same
Dude,
can be
and I'm not
said
saying
of the
he'd get
series-
hurt. I'm saying he would buy the Brooklyn Bridge. He's that dumb.
Yeah. However, the
And
same
by the
could
way,
be said
I
of
have
the
the
series
deed,
121 10-star reviews rather than Robin Hood being one of the greatest television experiences of all. It's more than likely that while some viewers truly enjoyed the show that much, everyone has their own tastes, its supporters also sought to conversely boost the series profile, with some undoubtedly seeing their positive ratings as an act of political activism. Further, it should be noted that through the series is currently region locked to the Great White North up here in Canada, or I should say Canadistan.
Cubana.
These international, yeah, Cubana. So these
Cubana.
Canada. It means the village.
Yeah,
Canuba.
that's right. It means
Canuba.
the village. So, Marichi
I want to
Canada.
go upstate and take a vacation at Guantanamo Falls.
Oh, there you go. These international ratings may be the result of audiences using a VPN to watch the show, a workaround which was itself
Holy shit.
promoted by Lutz in the lead up to the Hood's release. As
I'm not
by a
even good
fan,
with computers.
asked by a fan on September 27th if the series had an American broadcaster yet, the director of Drake's Hotline Bling music video asserted, "Not yet. It's VPN time." So
Well,
he's
they had
making
in Canada,
telling
so he has
people
them more.
out of the country to use a VPN to watch it. Oh my
Right.
god!
So he's telling to watch around the world, but yet.
Oh goodness! You know what this reminds me of?
Then
You know
he's
what this
wondering why
reminds me of?
people. Oh my god! Then he's wondering why people like in the United States, the United Kingdom, Australia, Sweden are friggin' like commenting because he's encouraging people.
Yeah.
To friggin'
No
use a
comment,
VPN.
but
Yo,
watch it on VPN.
All you
Are you
racists
a
out there, check
freaking
out my
moron?
show.
Oh
You know
my
what this
God.
reminds me of? Way
Huh?
back in the day, this reminds me of Metallica telling their fans to spread the mixtapes.
Not the tape.
then
No,
when-
not the tape your show.
When then
not
they
the
started
tape your
going on
record.
LimeWire. God, yeah.
Yeah. And then when
yeah.
they started, Napster came along and Metallica got upset and started suing people. Even David Bowie said it's a
God.
pretty bad business model to sue your fans.
Exactly.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
he could have gone after his record company for things like the 10% breakage he's paying, even in the days of file downloads. I mean, modernize those record contracts.
This is hypocrisy at its worst. This is just.
It
funny.
is. It is.
Oh my god. Get a VPN,
Yeah.
but why are people around the world? You're telling them to, you moron. What?
Exactly. Oh, Snail
First of
Messiah
all,
says,
I'll
"This
never
LimeWire was Napster."
No,
Yeah,
this
it was
the program.
Napster
Yeah.
was No, LimeWire comes a little way later. It was Napster that particularly got Lars Ulrich all crazy. But the thing is, Lars Ulrich for years before that had been saying, I have no respect for you if you bought your Metallica, if you didn't buy Metallica, if you got it on a tape from your friend. And I looked at my Metallica tape from my friend and I was like, I'm going to tape Black Sabbath over this. And that was the best decision I ever made because it was a better record. And Metallica is just like, it's Black Sabbath, but like really fast. Like they had more cocaine than Black Sabbath. That's all.
So I got some old tapes from concerts from Nirvana and Metallica, underground tapes. I remember buying them one night in Montreal. It was kind of cool. The days before the internet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now this is Mr. Connie. This is Mr. Connie Nielsen's band, right? Connie Nielsen's husband's band, right? That's who that's Metallica. When was their hit? They had one in the 20th century. They had a hit, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they're a real Van Halen.
Yeah. So, faced with a number of YouTube users recalling his previous tip, Lutz explained, "You've all arrived. I love how these folks see an obvious review bomb and say VPN. Y'all really play stupid."
Y'all.
The only
really,
thing
what?
I just want the only thing
What?
this guy doesn't even have someone like the guy from Metallica has with the other guy from Metallica who's like, our drummer's a dick. Don't listen to him. We're all right. This guy needs someone to go out there and explain.
So basically, Ryan says
that he's
you
an
literally
idiot.
told people to use a VPN to watch it internationally a few days ago. Now you're acting like it's a wild thing to suggest. I know this is hard to imagine, but maybe people don't like the show. So is what Ryan said.
Yes.
Like,
Rather than the fact that they're watching TV incorrectly.
Yeah, I know, right?
Just not watching TV right.
To which he responds, "Okay, bud, it's an obvious bombing. Even if these peoples actually watch the show, you all act like what is in front of our face isn't happening."
That you made a bad TV show?
God,
that didn't happen?
Show, basically. Oh my God.
Wow.
Like,
He doesn't sound too bright. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not.
No.
It's... Okay. I'm gonna have to play this now because this is just too funny. Okay.
So my show Robin Hood is getting rating bombed, 1.6 out of 10. Now you probably, why would someone do that? It's just some TV show. Well, being that Robin is actually a black woman this time, the angry nerd community is very upset. In fact, from the moment it was announced, these guys lost their minds. The moment. So this is a month ago. So this is just when we said we're releasing it. What the fuck is this? Race and turn to swap. Woke disaster. Robin Hood remake looks different. Haha. Guess what? He doesn't like that as a black woman either. This will fail.
What is wrong with Robin Hood remake? Looks different.
Robin
That
Hood
makes
gets
sense.
blacked. Look at him laughing. It's funny. All right. Just when we started production, they were talking about it. 1 year ago, they were at us, right? Pop culture crisis. It's a crisis that we're doing Robin Hood. What the
shit?
Right? When this person put this up a month ago. So this is just when we said it's coming out. These videos are coming from either from the announcement or when.
God.
Oh goodness!
Nobody gives us crap.
Languages. Look, another guy going in. A black.
Baby, take the message. You produce a shit show.
Exactly. It's crap. Nobody cares.
How much more could you possibly?
And I don't care if the show was well written and if it was a black female, if it was well written, I'd be okay with it. I'm actually going to watch an episode just to see.
Yeah, if it's well written and there's a good solid concept behind it, if you can sell me on the premise of the race and or gender swap,
yes,
then I'd be all for it. It's like if the writing is there, sell it. Convince me of it.
Yep.
But they like to scream angry racist. Like that's when we don't like it.
No, but I mean, IMDb account. I am going to write a review. I'm going to watch this. I'm going to write a review on this, and I'm just going to add in. It has nothing to do.
What if you like it?
Race
what if
or
you like
gender?
it?
No, I
won't
like
this.
I know I won't.
That was brilliant.
Oh God.
Yeah, if I like it, yes, it changed my life. It was life affirming. It was one of the best shows. Yeah, I can see myself making that review.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
believe this.
Damn it! I want to not just transition to a woman. I want to be a black woman now.
Yes, yes. a black lesbian woman
Who shoots arrows at people randomly?
that
They're white,
identify
come
as an Asian male. And I'll speak Italian. So, but oh my god,
You live in Texas.
yes, exactly. I live in Texas, and I'll be
If we
rich on
could
top
just
of that.
harness, if we could just harness the energy of Joseph Campbell turning in his grave, we wouldn't have to burn any more petrochemicals, and they wouldn't need to make this Robin Hood show.
Oh god. Okay.
I got news for you. You chose a very conspicuous property and made a bunch of really shocking claims that were outside what people associate with Robin Hood. You describe basically Blade mixed with Robin Hood, and you call it Robin Hood. It's not even called like Robin Blade. You're spelling it differently. You're kind of taking it to people. You're challenging people, and you're like sort of communizing this weird early folk hero who fought against like what? That you should be tied to the land and pay unfair taxes to your bane because of who he is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now these might be
Okay.
British ideas, but they're very un-American.
Oh, I know. Okay, so who's ready? Who's ready for a bit of a
I'm
break
not
here?
really ready. After how we started the show, I'm not ready.
I'm scared.
But sure, unleash it upon
Alright.
us.
Oh, come
Are you
on. We had a
really
couple of
ever ready?
ways to end of Friday like last week. and the
After
week
that
before.
pufferfish lips, I just
Yeah. That's going to traumatize me for some time now.
Okay.
eyes.
Yes, exactly. All right, here we go, guys. Let's
All right.
let's enjoy a short before we end the week.
Oh, this should be fun.
Oh yeah.
Why looking so glum?
Man, I'm sorry. I gotta get to my job.
Why not have the job of a lifetime? Shopping with our 2-for-1 promotional value.
Come on, man. I can't be late for work.
I'm Imitation Crab Meat Man.
Yeah.
You think you're better than me.
No, man. It's not. You're not even a crab.
I'm a crab man.
No, man. You're not.
I am.
No, dude. When you approach me, you walk toward me.
So what? That's how people approach people.
Not crabs, okay?
Yes, crabs.
No, because crabs walk sideways.
I have human legs.
Where are your pants?
Pincer power. Now you've made me crabby.
That is it! Ever since that day, I vowed one thing. To be zen as fuck. Or my name wasn't Stan.
I am the godfly homunculus. I am thirsty. Spit in my face. We are the god swarm of homunculus. We are the most powerful beings of every dimension.
I'll kill you!
Our hive mind lies within a single insect. So long as he survives, we are immortal.
How you doing, robot buddy? You look like you got pants.
I must thank you. You saved my bacon. However, I am no robot. I am a genetically enhanced neurological electro-sapien. What is your handle?
Well, I'm Stan.
What is that short for?
Stanley.
I see.
Are you okay?
I am Gene. You are Stan.
Kill him right fucking now! We got bald quick. Is your arm okay?
My arm is fine.
Your other arm.
What other arm?
You know what? I'm going home. Have a nice one. Dun 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 dun. Yeah. I am the Rose of Justice. Feel my prick. Yeah?
I was able to fix my arm. May I come in? I would like to hang out and listen to music.
A tisket, a tasket, a green and yellow basket. I wrote a letter to.
You're in my house now.
I couldn't help but notice your particular mode of dress.
Are you trying to make fun of me?
I believe there is no need for that. That outfit does it for you just fine.
Oh, Tin Man's got teeth.
I do have teeth. These are made from synthetic chicken bones.
Ha! It was I all along! All right, I'll start with the obvious. Why are you doing this to me?
I am calibrating my friendship skills. How is it going so far?
Great, man. You're knocking it out of the park.
Very excellent. Speaking of parks, we should do some activities. Would you like to go to the gymnasium? Would you like to play whack-a-mole? Would you like to go swimming?
Your cadence is so strange. I honestly have no idea what you're saying. Like, are these things mutually exclusive?
They are not.
See, now I'm interested.
Stan, are you okay?
No.
I'll take that as a yes. Stanley, the owner of this establishment, would like to speak with us.
Holy shit, are you naked?
I am not naked. My genitalia is not showing.
How do you...
Have sex?
No.
I have a mechanical pressure-driven piston. I'll get it.
Well now, what do we have here? I couldn't help but notice you two breaking me beautiful pool.
This is bullshit. It's barely broken.
How is this our fault? You ran live cable underwater.
This could have been avoided had you had read the safety message before playing the game. You were clearly standing too close to the machine. But now I think there's a way you can make this up to me. The man I hired to build this training facility has gone missing recently, along with some of his research. Destroy it, and I'll forgive your transgressions here. Peace out!
Are you sure this is a good idea?
Of course. This is our chance to be someone's hero.
Hero, huh? Look out, world! Here I come!
Well, now, what do we have here?
I'm Stanley. Who are you?
Well, then.
Are you okay?
Stanley?
Are you doing like a thing right now?
Well, then, you're not going any further. No doubt you're trying to destroy the clones.
I don't know what that is or what you're doing right now, but it better stop.
You fool! You could never take me. I wager the softest part of my body is stronger than your hardest.
What?
Observe!
What the fuck did you just do?
There's more where that came from, Stanley. Your friend is up ahead, but you'll never succeed. Once more.
Once more what? Are you son of a bitch?
Yes! Away!
There you are. Took you long enough.
Yeah, I got held up.
I found the location of our target, but there is something interesting you should know. It would appear his biometrics are swarming that tower over there. Apparently, I have detected multiple instances of our target.
You mean like clones?
I suppose that is one possibility.
He just said take care of it, right?
Ah, I see where you're going with this.
That is not what I meant at all. I was gonna say we should go talk to them.
Sorry, I misread that one. Wait a minute.
I think we should...
I still detect.
I think we
one
should...
more.
Hey, let's try it my way.
Fine. You're no fun.
Well, it's been a long time since I had visitors. And who do I presume I have the pleasure of meeting?
I'm Stan. That's Gene. And we were told you stole some research.
Stole some research. Well, you've got a lot to learn, kid. A lot to learn. I stole nothing. The world stole from me.
What are you talking about?
Yes. You might be too young to remember, but a long time ago, a long, long time ago, something was taken from us. More importantly, from me.
And this is the world's fault?
Yes. Back in the day, there was a video on the internet that came out. It was the perfect video. It fit my niche completely. I loved it. I cherished it. I embraced it.
What are you talking about, man?
Two beautiful women held up a glistening red Solo cup, the contents of which were the excrement of another human being. Two girls, one cup. That is what gets me off. Do you understand?
Where are you?
Wait, we should hear him out.
God, no. They took it from us. They made that video impossible to find. What I enjoyed was deemed as unworthy and unclean. The free market should decide what the people can consume.
I'm sorry, man. I don't know if I'm with you on this one.
Too bad, because all of you soon will be. Behold! My greatest creation. He used to be man, but he, like all of you, will join my family of Scarabeoidea, and then I will have my revenge!
Now you die.
Scarabeoidea.
Scarabeoidea, in layman's terms, it means the dung beetle species.
That's right. Once everyone has become part of the dung beetle family, I will have them cover the world in shit! My creation! Get them!
My entire life, I've wanted the opportunity to make the world a better place.
And this is what you give me?
Looks like that was one bug that was too hard to catch.
Fuck you, we're going home.
It's inspirational.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't write them like
Sure.
that anymore.
No, they
Good,
don't.
good message at the end. Take the
Yeah.
opportunity
Oh
to
my
be
God.
a hero.
I mean, I'm old,
The rest
so
of
I
it,
can.
yeah, the
I
rest
can-
of it I didn't get into. Yeah, but the ending was.
Okay, I think people my generation might know what that video was like.
Oh, yes.
And Faces of Death was easier to watch than that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Hey, I try to find something. So.
I'll never forget that video.
Dormammu. Yeah, that kind of describes my week killing spotted lanternflies.
Two girls, one cup.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tony TV, how's it going?
I believe in free speech, but I can live without ever seeing any part of that again. Yeah.
Same
There you
here.
go.
Yeah.
Frankie Walker, absolutely awesome. Loved it. And hello,
I've never watched One Punch Man. I really
oh,
gotta
it
get into
is
that. He's
so good.
Hello, Dawson.
I
It's
quite
great to
enjoyed
see you.
One Punch Man.
Just
Yeah.
when I put
I'm-
Two Girls, One Cup out of existence in my universe.
I know. Hey, it's like we forget about it. It's like playing the game. The game is something. Once you forget a game, you've lost the game. It's like nobody ever needed to know about Two Girls, One Cup ever again. It needs to
No,
stay
that's
hidden
true. Yeah.
forever.
Oh,
Yes.
I gotta give it up. I gotta give it up to the audacity of the person who sat there and was like, the world's, humans have had the power of speech for 100,000 years, images for maybe 1 million. We've had moving images for 120 years. What's it all been leading up to? I've got it. The Two Girls, One Cup moment where the Einstein genius Thomas Edison
So the
of
funny
Two Girls,
concept-
One Cup.
Do you know the funny, interesting part? As soon as a new technology comes in, porn is always the first ones to actually incorporate it. They really are ahead of the game a lot of times. It's quite
I'm
scary,
working on a
actually.
cup that can accommodate 3 girls. That's in fact. Technology marches on.
That's a tumbler. So, anyway, Admiral Teague, before we check out here, what do you got planned?
Well, I mean, for all of you out there in YouTube land, Saving Star Trek's going to come on in about 15 minutes. We're going to be over on my channel at that link. But I am Admiral Teague. I do war movies, westerns, Yellowstone, and Star Trek and Star Wars and sci-fi. And today we have a lot of great stuff going on, including the return of our good friend Appion, who we haven't seen in a while. And who knows, some special guests out there. There's passes out and things starting to happen. As soon as I leave here, I will begin firing off passes after I pee and wash my hands. Thank you for your attention.
There we go. Oh, and congratulations on 300 subscribers now.
Thank you very much.
cool.
Yes, it's $2.99. Someone's going to have to drop down to $2.99 because, like, I thought I had 2 fake stalker accounts. It turns out it's only 1, and I feel neglected now. It's like, what did I do wrong that they no longer obsess on me? But, you know, someone is still going to keep joining and rejoining the channel every day to help do that. I don't know why, but, you know, yeah, it's $2.99. We'll go back to it at 302. Not really. Not since like 100 when it happened the first time. Like, I've been through this like at every 50 and every 100. I kind of know that I'm going to be trolled. And if I say it before it's like over it, they think they can embarrass me by dropping it down. They can. I mean, and also when you have 300 subscribers, like someone might just go crazy and decide YouTube's enough. They've had enough and delete their account. And like all of a sudden I'll have another Rumble subscribe and I'll be like, gee, where'd this person come from? And then it'll just be, you know, there's some cross-pollination. I got about 75 on Rumble. I thank you all on Rumble. I love my Rumblers. You guys are great. And I thank everyone who's been with me on YouTube for 54 weeks as we go into celebrating year 2. If you got a minute, maybe you can stop by, guys, if you want. You know, just communicate me through the Twitters. Mike, I'll send you a pass, and you can spread the word around. I'd love to have you come by. But, you know, yeah, got a beam over there. But I've been listening to the rest of you guys. Love your stuff. And, you know, big fan.
Right on. Pop Culture Republic. What do you got going on?
Looking forward to getting back into the swing of things now that I have a good functioning computer that can support my YouTube habit.
Lovely.
And eventually I will delve into the Rumble arena myself.
Right.
Make no more videos for that. Yeah, I'm going back to my comic book roots. Going to do more comic book reviews from, well, actually I have in my hands ISOM #1. I just got it a few days ago.
Yeah.
This looks nice. This looks very nice. I'm looking forward to reading this and enjoying it. A review on that will come shortly. So, yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Sure. I just actually got done yesterday reading Image's Transformers #1. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's not bad. It's not bad. You know, I mean, as a big Transformers nuts, it could have been better, but it wasn't bad.
How does it compare to Transformers under IDW?
Well, I mean, seeing how this is the first issue, don't know in the long term, but short term, it keeps true to its G1 roots.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So,
well, cool.
Foggy Brains.
The silly craziness. I'm looking into actually getting into what these guys are doing is the new Talking Head stuff. People forget you would know, Mike, as I was going to be a DJ at one time.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm looking at mics right now in between the Blue Daddy X and the NT1 Gen 5 for new microphones and a boom arm. So we're looking to get into more of the Talking Head stuff. So we'll wait and see on that. So
very cool.
Awesome. Yeah, that reminds me. Somehow I still got to get that pop filter for you because I said I have one for you and I got to get it to you.
Pop filter, yeah, so you don't get the plosives of the and sen.
The
fun stuff.
And of course, as usual, I want to thank everybody in the chat that came on by today. I want to thank, of course, Wendy Trauma Warrior that had to take care of a crash victim that was in the car. She was here earlier, so thank you, Wendy Trauma Warrior.
Yeah.
Exactly. Gap
You're in caring hands.
Exactly. Gap After Dark, Sitha. Now that we know exactly how to pronounce your name, thank you for also coming by, Sitha. Really appreciate it. All the way from Sweden. So thank you, Sitha, for dropping by. We also had our buddy Snail Messiah, that's more than likely still here. So hail Snail Messiah, all the way out in the Netherlands. Who else do we have? We have Franco Walker, that is still here, of course. And thank you for showing up, dude. Really appreciate it. And we also got Fart Squirrel. So new guy here, Fart Squirrel. So I'm ending up with the most weirdest animals here. So
Yes,
you got
yes.
a rabbit from space. I got Snortapoopus that occasionally comes by, and now I got a farting squirrel. So
It's like
What?
you're doing your YouTube channel in a zoo or something.
exactly, or Noah's Ark or something like that. So
Yeah.
You know, ever since they started genetically modifying and putting HFC into those acorns, squirrels have
Yes.
just been farting left and right.
That's
I
right.
blame Foamy. If
So,
anybody's ever seen Foamy, I blame him.
yeah, there
Yes, yes, I've
Yeah,
seen Foamy.
yeah.
Oh,
John Capola, thank you for dropping on by. Really appreciate it also, man. Stephen Ransom also is here, or maybe hopefully still here. That'd be great. Who else do we have here? John Capola, Fart Squirrel, yada yada yada. I'm going by the entire list. Killer Rabbit from Space also came by. Really greatly appreciated, dude. Stark of Iron also that dropped on by before he had to go to work. And Rocco the Brave. If he's still here, hail to you, Rocco. Still appreciate you being here. Das Wolfen and Dormammu. And also new guy, because I got to get his stuff ready for shipping because he just bought 2 figures off of me. Toning TV. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So Tunigid TV? Toning TV? I don't know.
Foamy GTV. Oh.
All I know is I'm butchering it at this point if I keep on trying. So, yeah. So, yeah, exactly. If this was Noah's Ark, we're sinking quickly. Yeah, that's true. So everybody, thank you for dropping on by. Stay tuned for Titillating Tuesdays, where we do the same thing all over again, but we just have the weekend off. And to everybody in Canada, have a wonderful Thanksgiving, because it is Thanksgiving up here in Canadistan, as we know it. So from all of us here on the panel to all of you guys in the chat, thank you for stopping on by. We really appreciate it. No, Snail, I didn't defy you as a Swede. I said Sita was Swede. You're in
Denmark.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Denmark. I was almost going to
Yes.
say yeah, another place, but no, we know you're there in Denmark. I'm in Sita. So anyway. So from everybody here on the panel to all of you guys in the
Yeah.
chat, thank you for dropping on by. Really appreciate it. And we will see you on a Tuesday. So please hit the like button on the way out. Hit subscribe, as we really would appreciate it as well. And we will see you guys soon. Later.
Later, all.
Growing dim.
Yeah.
Bye,
There's
everybody.
no one left but me and him. When next we meet in Frankenstone, don't come alone.